Greetings and welcome back to the channel, guys. Part 3 of the devlog. We got some news here. I will tell you about what has changed in the game, a couple of updates, and a little bit of backstory here. I'm currently working on rebuilding an old browser MMORPG, like an old school one. The game shut down 10 years ago. It ran from like the early 2000s until 2015. Played it a lot. I missed the game a lot. There's still a little bit of a community left that kind of is kind of waiting for this game to somehow come back. So I'm working on that. But the thing is, I'm not a programmer, not a coder. I can't code at all. So the way I'm doing it is I'm using Gemini. I'm using AI to help me out with the code. I'm doing all the rest. I'm doing all the research. I'm doing all the planning and stuff like that, right? But Gemini is helping me actually put this together, which is really nice. And I'm glad that I get to do a project like this because this is a long project, a big project, tons of work to do. We're pretty much 2 months in right now. We've made a lot of progress, but there's still going to be a lot of work to do. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you what has changed, and I'm also going to need your opinion here in a little bit. So, yeah, if you haven't watched the other parts before we start here, if you haven't watched the other parts, please do that after watching this video so you get a little bit more backstory, a little bit more context, and also so you can compare something that I will mention in just a little bit. Okay, so let's just log in here. Let's get in. So the new thing we have is we got action points. I actually put the action point system in. Okay. So action points are basically your limiter as to like how much you can do in a day, right? Um, everything you do, almost everything you do is going to cost you action points. And once your action points are gone, well, you're basically done playing for the day. There are a couple of other options that you have to kind of refill your action points, but for the most part, you kind of want to manage your action points, right? So this prevents you from just grinding out like 100 skill in like one day or something like that. Makes the game run a long time. You gotta plan accordingly. And yeah, so let me explain how the action point system works. So you get one action point per 12 seconds. Okay, every 12 seconds, you get one action point. That's 5 action points per minute, 300 AP per hour, 7,200 AP per day, right? But you can only save up 5,000. I'm gonna actually show you that right now. Let's log into Fangrush here, right? I'm gonna show you the overflow system. So you can only have up to 5,000 action points, but we have an overflow system, right? Everything that goes beyond that is tracked, and the like for every 1,500 action points that overflow, you will get an energy drink, which is basically a potion that gives you back 500 AP, right? You also get a little mail telling you, hey, due to your long time of inactivity, a certain amount of energy drinks have appeared in your main character's inventory, right? And you can go to your main character and there you got your energy drinks, right? So you can use your energy drinks to get AP back. They give 500 AP, so for every 1,500 AP, you basically get compensated 500. If you're missing out, if you can't play for a day, or if maybe you don't have a lot of time to play, just log in every day, do a little bit, but don't use up all your action points, and then they kind of overflow until you log in the next time. You will get these energy drinks. They will accumulate, and then you can use them to get some AP back. But you can only use 3 per day. Okay, only 3 of them can be used a day, so you can only get a maximum of 1,500 action points back in a day. That is, of course, to prevent you from, just making an account and letting it sit, and then, have like tons of AP that you can spend in a day. We don't want that. We want to spread this out a little bit, so you can only use 3 of them a day. Yeah, this is the action point system. It's gonna be used for all kinds of things, like trading in the marketplace here, or if you want to hire people in the tavern, or you want to buy around to refresh. it's going to cost you action points. Movement, we have implemented movement costs. I will show you the movement now. And by showing you the movement, you'll notice something. We've changed the movement a little bit. We got smooth movement right now. Right? No more jittery movement. We got smooth move, schmoove move. And while this looks nice, we got the nice smooth movement now. While this looks nice, and I think people are gonna appreciate this, for some reason I hate it. Like I love it and I hate it. And this inner conflict is kind of driving me crazy right now. I love it because it looks good. It looks a little bit more modern. And I hate it because it doesn't look old school. In the original game, you would basically just teleport. You click somewhere and you just go there, right? There's no animation or anything. Then the way I had it set up for quite some time now during development is you would see an animation, but it would kind of like jitter. It would go from like tile to tile, you pop, 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 right? And now we've basically smoothed out the movement, and I think I'm gonna get used to this, but right now it feels weird because I don't think it looks old school enough. Do me a favor, please comment down below what you think of this. Does this look good to you? Does it look bad to you? Like, do you think this looks too modern, maybe? Is it not the vibe? Like, because I don't know what to think right now. Like, I'm really torn on this. And I think I just need you guys' input. You guys gotta tell me if you appreciate this, if you like this better than the jittery movement, or if you hate it. You gotta tell me. But yeah, moving on. So movement cost, we implemented movement cost, right? So moving on any type of terrain is gonna cost you a certain amount of AP per tile. Like moving on a grass tile, move one tile costs me 4 AP, right? If I move multiple tiles, I get a bonus. So for every tile beyond the first tile, I basically get 1 AP less. Like it's going to cost me 1 AP less. So if I move 2 tiles instead of it costing 8, 4 plus 4, it's going to cost me 7 because I'm only going to pay 3 AP for the next one, right? I move here, cost me 7 AP. And that's pretty nice. Or I move 3 and it costs me 10 AP, right? Because you have 4 plus 3 plus 3. And so you get a little bit of a discount on your movement cost when you're moving more than one tile at a time, which most people are going to do. Um, you know, I think no one's going to move like this, right? No one's going to move one tile at a time unless they don't understand that you can click anywhere. Anyway, also, what we've implemented is a different movement cost for different terrain. So if you move on a mountain tile, for example, there's two different tiles, right? We have a border tile. Those are these ones here, or this one, or these here on the side, and then we have a center tile. Moving on the center tile is always going to cost you more than moving on a border tile. So if I'm moving here, 15 AP for moving on a mountain border. Then when I move to a centerpiece, cost me 30 AP, cost me literally double, right? So moving on mountains is very expensive, right? It's very expensive. So you wanna make sure you don't necessarily walk over a full mountain if you don't have to. Make sure you just stay off the mountain and then just enter the mountain at the place where you want to be, right? If you want to go over here to these mines, you wouldn't like enter the mountain here, right? And then like literally like walk all the way down here, maybe in like single tiles. That would eat up your AP, right? To get to these stone mines. Of course, you would come around this side here, right? You would come around this side and then you just enter over here, right? These are all these things you're going to learn and how to preserve your AP, how to move in an efficient way. Same thing, of course, goes for the forest tiles as well. Moving on a forest border costs you a 10 AP, and then moving to a center tile is going to cost you 14 AP, right? So That's basically how this works. But the cost reduction for multiple tiles still applies there. So if you move multiple tiles on a mountain or through the forest, you're going to get the little bit of cost reduction, right? So we got that. Um, you get the action points. We've seen the overflow system. I've showed you the fact that you get an energy drink for for the overflow AP that you couldn't use, that kind of decayed without using it. So you get a little bit of a compensation there. And that's basically everything we've done in the last day or two. We implemented the action point system. We implemented movement cost. We implemented AP cost for uh, different things like combat. Uh, this also, attacking someone is gonna cost AP now. Initiating the combat is not gonna cost anything, but fighting is gonna cost. Cast spell, we haven't put this in yet. I'm still thinking about that. That's gonna be a complex thing. Pickpocketing costs. Um, Giving resources, giving items, that's all gonna cost you something. Sending messages or adding them as friend or enemy does not cost anything. Those are just social functions, so they're not going to cost anything. But like really interacting with someone is going to cost you something, or like managing the storage in like a building is going to cost you something. Putting workers into a building is going to cost you something. Yeah, plenty of things that have a cost attached to them. It's not much. It's like mostly it's like 20 AP or something like that. So yeah, like basically the cost for like one action, you basically get that back within like 4 minutes. You're gonna get that cost back. So it's not so bad, but we need to of course implement the cost for all the different things that you do so that you actually spend your AP and you will have to manage, because like your action points are basically like a resource you have to manage. Maybe you can look at it as your stamina. Your stamina's gone, you can't really move anymore. And that's gonna happen once your action points are gone, you can't move anymore, right? You can't do anything anymore. You have to like literally wait until your action points are back. Or if you have some of the energy drinks, you can pop one of them. Um, let's actually do this. I'm gonna put the energy drink into a quick slot so you can see our beautiful new quick slots that we have added the other day. This is in part 2 of the devlog. I'm showing off the quick slots, right? So you can basically put consumables into your quick slots down here, and then you have them available. You don't have to open your character sheet anymore. You can just click them, and then you basically get your your AP or your health or your mana, whatever it is, right? Anyway, so yeah, this is basically all I wanted to show you. We got the AP system, we got the movement cost, and we got the smooth movement right now. Let me let me like probe you a little bit. Tell me what you think, right? Tell me what you think about the smooth movement. Is this good? Is this bad? Tell me about it. And that's all I have for you today. Short video. I'm gonna hit you with another one in a couple of days once I put in more things. Right, I'm gonna update you every couple of days. Whenever I have like one or two new systems in here, I'm gonna tell you about it. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. If you want to see more of this type of content, leave a like, comment. Not just if you like the movement system. Uh, Ask me questions. Tell me things you would like to see. You would like me to talk about, and all kinds of stuff. Or just leave a nice comment, for engagement. That's all I have for you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.